Keir Starmer faces boos during London event. Tensions rise following Robinson appearance. A political event in London this week took an unexpected turn when Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer was met with jeers and vocal disapproval from sections of the crowd during a public speech. The reaction came shortly after a separate appearance by activist Tommy Robinson at a nearby gathering, a coincidence that has added fuel to an already tense political climate. The incident unfolded during a scheduled Labour campaign stop in central London, where Starmer was addressing voters ahead of the upcoming general election. What was meant to be a moment to reinforce his policy vision turned into a challenging public encounter as voices from the crowd grew louder in dissent. The event was held in a busy public square and was open to members of the public. Starmer, flanked by local Labour MPs and campaign staff, took to the stage to speak about key topics including public services, housing, and immigration reform. While the majority of the crowd remained orderly, parts of the audience began shouting and interrupting shortly after Starmer began speaking. Chants and boos could be heard, some referencing broader dissatisfaction with the political establishment, while others appeared to focus specifically on Labour's stance on border control and free speech. Eyewitnesses report that the disruption seemed to escalate in tone after a separate public appearance by activist Tommy Robinson had wrapped up nearby. Although Robinson was not part of Starmer's event, his earlier address reportedly drew a large crowd and sparked emotionally charged discussions among his supporters and critics alike. Despite the interruptions, Starmer maintained composure and continued his remarks, briefly acknowledging the reactions from the crowd. "I understand that people are frustrated. That's exactly why we're here, to listen, to answer questions, and to put forward a plan for change," Starmer said during his speech. He urged the audience to consider the facts of Labour's platform, particularly regarding cost of living measures, NHS support, and fair immigration rules. His team later described the event as an example of democratic discourse, emphasizing that engagement, even if difficult, is part of leading in modern Britain. Video clips of the event have since gone viral on social media, with some users portraying the incident as a public backlash against the Labour leader, while others argued that Starmer handled the situation with professionalism and dignity. One trending clip shows a few individuals loudly expressing frustration as Starmer speaks, while others in the audience can be heard clapping and attempting to restore calm. The event has sparked debate online about the current political atmosphere in the UK and whether major party leaders are adequately addressing the concerns of everyday citizens. A user on X, formerly Twitter, wrote, "People are tired of being ignored. Starmer needs to understand that working-class voters want more than soundbites." Another post countered, "Being booed doesn't mean you're wrong. Starmer is trying to navigate a deeply divided country that takes courage." The media response to the disruption has been mixed. Some outlets focused on the optics of the booing, framing it as a moment of public embarrassment for Labour. Others highlighted Starmer's calm handling of the situation and his willingness to remain engaged despite the pushback. Political analyst Dr. Marcus Lloyd told Channel 5 News, "It's not unusual in today's environment for leaders to face real-time criticism. What matters is how they respond." Starmer's approach was measured, and he chose not to escalate. The juxtaposition with Robinson's earlier appearance has been noted, though no evidence suggests any organized disruption by attendees of his event. Still, the proximity in timing and location inevitably tied the two moments together in the public narrative. This incident reflects growing political polarization in the UK, where debates over immigration, free speech, and national identity continue to dominate headlines. As election campaigns ramp up, party leaders from across the spectrum are navigating increasingly complex and emotionally charged environments. Labour, under Starmer's leadership, has worked to present itself as a stable, moderate force, but critics from both the left and right have questioned whether it's doing enough to address key voter concerns, especially in areas outside London. Supporters argue that Starmer's legal background and methodical leadership style provide a contrast to the more populist rhetoric currently dominating public discourse. His detractors, however, see him as cautious and disconnected from everyday frustrations. Keir Starmer's encounter with a vocal crowd in London may not have been what his campaign team expected, but it captured the reality of British politics in 2025. With the general election fast approaching, leaders must not only present clear policies but also prove their ability to listen and respond to the public mood. Whether seen as a moment of humiliation or a test of resilience, the incident has sparked conversations that won't disappear anytime soon. Was this a sign of public frustration or just democracy in action? Do political leaders need to change how they engage with criticism? Don't forget to subscribe for balanced, factual updates on UK politics and conversations shaping our future. Tap the notification bell so you don't miss our next political update.